Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Jay Slater found himself at the Airbnb cottage at the center of the mystery because as all his friends left him, one of the British men who the missing teenager spent his final hours with has claimed. Ayub Qasim says he invited the apprentice bricklayer, 19, from Lancashire, back to his £40 a night rented holiday cottage after a rave in Tenerife hours before he vanished on June 17. The 31-year-old, who booked the Airbnb under the name Ayub Abdul, broke his silence last night, telling Mail Online, "He came to my Airbnb alive and he left my Airbnb alive." Yesterday, Mail Online exclusively revealed that Qasim was jailed 9 years ago for being the mastermind behind a sophisticated operation to flood Wales with Class A drugs. Spanish police searching for Jay spoken to Qasim and the unnamed friend known only as Johnny Vegas as part of their inquiries, but concluded they were irrelevant to the investigation. Jay was last seen by a witness walking off in search of a bus stop close to the Airbnb at around 8 a.m. on Monday, June 17. He called a friend to say he was making the 11-hour walk back to his hotel in Playa de las Americas, but has not been heard from since. Today, former Detective Peter Blexley criticized Spanish police, suggesting they may be afraid a proper investigation would hit tourism on the island. Mr. Blexley told The Sun, "This island is so heavily dependent upon tourism. Is there reluctance on behalf of the police to actually delve as deep as they should?" Much of the almost 2-week search was focused on the mountainous terrain around Masca, where Jay was last known to be. He has questioned the efficiency of the probe as they appear to be going back over all ground, meaning vital clues may have been missed. The former detective continued, "So were these officers going back to the apartment over 2 weeks after Jay had gone missing? If they were, that raises some very serious questions about the efficiency, about the thoroughness, and about the competence of this entire investigation." Jay's family were left blindsided when police abruptly called off the search on Sunday. They insisted any new tip-offs and information would be investigated but halted the on-the-ground hunt. Jay's friends have denied leaving him, suggesting the youngster went off on his own. The men stayed on the island for an extra day after Jay went missing to speak to police, although both have been described as irrelevant to their investigation. Speaking exclusively to Mail Online, Qasim said, "The only comment I have to make is that Jay came to the house alive, and he left the house alive. I let the geezer stay at mine because he had nowhere else to go. His friends had all left him. I know Jay, through friends. I'm not going to bring someone back to mine if I don't know them. I'm doing the geezer a favor and now my face is all over the news. It's a bit mental. I haven't even done anything." Now Qasim is back at his family's flat in Barking, East London. He insisted he had had no argument with Jay and he had even given him a blanket to sleep in. He added, "If I'd fallen out with him, would he even come to mine? There were no problems. You've seen the last images of him with his red blanket around him. I don't know if he had beef elsewhere because I don't know him that well, I only know him through friends." Former detective turned TV sleuth Mark Williams-Thomas flew to Tenerife to help with the search and said he wanted to speak to the 2 men who rented the apartment Jay last visited. But Qasim said he had only spoken to authorities in Tenerife. He said, "I've spoken to the Spanish police and they've told me not to speak to anyone, which is why I've been quiet. I've not spoken to Mark Williams-Thomas or anyone like him because he doesn't have any jurisdiction in Tenerife, and I haven't done anything wrong." Asked how well he knew Jay and what he thought of the conspiracy theories surrounding his disappearance, Qasim said, "Everyone knows each other. I'm not going to slander anyone. He's a cool guy, Jay. He ain't got a problem with me. I haven't got a problem with him or his mates. We just all talked to each other and everything was sweet." Jay went back to Qasim's remote cottage, called Casa Abuelatina, at 5 a.m. on the day he vanished on June 17. But he is known to have left the property at around 7:30 a.m. to catch a